Hello everyone, a big warm welcome from everybody at Sim Night Racing. Welcome to the Season 1 Race 1 highlights. My name's Harry, Tom's with me, and together we're going to go through some of the highlights from this fantastic first race of the season. Just want to start by saying a big thank you to everybody that took part in the race. Fantastic event, really good sportsmanship, and everybody had an awful lot of fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. So going into the race, we have Maracas on P1, Mark on P2, Liam Knott on P3, myself P4 and Tom P5. Top 5 covered by 4/10 of a second. It looked like it was going to be a really exciting race. So here we are then. Season 1, Race 1. Maracas on pole. Really good start. But Liam in the Porsche gets amazing traction.
Yeah, it really does. The run down to turn 1 is a long old way, isn't it? You can really see how the slipstream's helping the cars in behind, including yourself, Harry.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a good start from me. In a really tight bunch, I was a little bit concerned, but no contact whatsoever into turn 1. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, it's side by side as well. Watch the traction for the Porsche outside this corner, side by side through Curva Grande. You'll see them coming into view just around here, and actually it was a really tight battle into the braking zone for turn 3.
It was indeed. It looks like Liam's just got the edge. I think Maracas gives him I think he gives him a lot of space. I think he's being quite clever there.
I think he was really kind going into here just to think, actually, I'm going to fight this battle into the race. And, not many switchbacks occur on the Lesmos on the inside. It's a tough corner to overtake in, so you can see he just sort of feathers out here and allows Liam to go for the move. Again,
just another example of just really smart racing from Maracas. He knew what the goal was at the end, and he wasn't going to throw it away early on, so just let him have the place, and there you go. It pays it back instantly coming out the second Lesmo.
Yeah, really unlucky for Liam to take the lead in a field like this. So hotly contested up at the front. In fact, it was hotly contested through the entire race, as you'll see as we go through the highlights. But yeah, Liam really unlucky there. He'd been looking to stretch his legs, and now he's already on the defensive.
Indeed, and with Machi behind you, you've got to be worried anyway, because he's got serious pace. And again, look, Liam just gets a little bit wide onto the gravel there. To be fair, most of the field did, I think, coming out of that chicane on the first lap.
You can see how much everyone is pushing onto lap 1, and it makes it even more incredible when you see Maracas up at the front just sort of walking away gently at this point.
Yes, it's a bit depressing, really, isn't it, from where we're sat?
It's an amazing first lap, really. Very little contact, lots of side-by-side racing. That continues into the braking zone for turn 2. As you see, Mark just catches himself a little bit on side there, heads for an ice cream on the outside of the park. Harry, you got a little bit of contact and gave up the place there, but ultimately, accidental contact, and everyone was really clean throughout.
Indeed, I think Mark and Stu were battling each other, and they just lost sight of the braking point a little bit. It happens, unfortunately. I did accrue a little bit of damage, but it didn't really affect me throughout the race, so I'm not going to complain.
Great battle for you and Liam here. Look, you get the switch back on him. I think you get a really good drive, but I just want you to watch highlight the acceleration the Porsche gets out of this corner. Really catches you back up.
I was kind of on Liam's tail. I was trying to pressure him into a mistake, and I got one. And that Porsche is a tricky car to race because the traction is just ludicrous.
Phenomenal. Sets you up side by side into turn 1 as well. I think you outbrake him on this instance, but again, really, really close racing.
Yeah, so I got the move done into turn 1, but then coming down into the second chicane, I think Liam just tries to go a bit late on the brakes on the outside. My plan there was I just put the car in the middle of the road and let him decide what he was going to do, and ultimately it didn't pay off for him, but it was really good racing.
Yeah, really unlucky. As soon as you get your wheels on the grass, it doubles your braking distance, so just a bit of bad luck there. You can see here with a 3-wide battle going into turn 1. So this is me. I'll talk you through what was happening here. Stu, I think, got a great run out the corner. If I'm honest, I tried to give him absolutely nowhere to go and tried to box him in behind the Lamborghini. Fortunate for me that worked out. And then it's all about turn 1, all about just pick your braking point, trust the guy on the inside that he will pick his braking point too. You're not going to get a T-bone accident. You see him just held on through the outside there. I don't think it lasted, but great racing into turn 1.
Yeah, Capera was fantastic there, gave you a load of space and set himself up really nicely to complete this move. I think you just got a little wiggle on traction, and look at that bravery, straight onto the grass, around your outside into the first Lesmo. Really impressive stuff, that.
So you can see I tried to hold it on through the inside, but as soon as I clipped the curb, I'd lost the traction and ultimately lost a couple of places here.
It's what happens when the group's so tight. You make one mistake, you don't lose one place, you lose 2 or 3.
Speaking of mistakes, unlucky here for Stu. Caught the inside of the Assetto chicane. Liam nearly followed him through as well. So easy to clip those curbs on the inside, and as soon as you have, if you've offloaded the inside tyres, I think you're going straight to the scene of the accident.
Absolutely. I think this proves my point about making a mistake. Little tiny mistake for Liam there, and he's lost 3 places down the next straight, which is unfortunate, but this sets up some fantastic action down the start-finish straight.
It's like an oval, isn't it? Look at that, 2 wide into Parabolica, 2 wide, 2 deep. It's like watching the Indy 500.
And here's our driver of the day, which unfortunately, I think this is the only highlight I got of him, which is him making a mistake in the chicane, unfortunately, which loses the place to Chris. But for the rest of the race...
Yeah, rare mistake. Incredibly consistent throughout. And actually, Craig found himself leading the only lap that Maracas didn't.
He did indeed. Fantastic strategy from Craig. Just pitted super late and caught everyone off guard, I think.
Yeah, really did. You don't have to get your overtakes done on the track in this series if you can get them done with smart pit strategy. Well, talk me through this, Harry.
Oh, it's just save of the day from you, Tom. Look at that. How did you keep that on the black stuff?
Well, it's years of Colin McRae rally right there.
But yeah, ultimately, no one could stop Maracas. He was the most consistent in the race. He was very close to the fastest lap of the race, and Machi got very close. Those two were head and shoulders ahead of me, and there you go. First race complete.
Big congratulations to Maracas. Well done on race 1, season 1 winner.
A dominant victory for Maracas there in race 1, season 1, just followed by Mark, only by a second. Myself in P3, driver of the race, Craig Hill in P4, coming from 12th on the grid, and Tino rounding up the top 5 with a great drive in the Lamborghini. Over to Tom now to run through the awards for the race.
Thanks, Harry. So to run through the rewards, we have the Sebastian Vettel Award for Casual Chris today. So Chris came up from 17th position on lap 1 to finish in the top half. Well done to you. Andy, did you remember there was a race still on Cleaver? So Andy was very unlucky to crash today, but managed to get some positions back in the last 5 laps. There's always something to race for. Well done, Andy. The Ayrton Senna Fastest Lap Award, well, that one goes to me today. I took tyres on a pit stop after getting some damage, so I can't claim to be the fastest of the race, but delighted to take the award. But the most important one, I think, is the Alan Prost Most Consistent Driver of the Day Award. No surprise it goes to our race winner, Maracas, as he was absolutely consistent all the way through. Our driver of the day, as voted by the Sim Night Racing team, was for Craig Hill, who ran a miraculous late pit stop strategy to, as Harry alluded to, finish in 4th place. The Max Verstappen Fastest Lap Award also goes to Craig, who managed to do a fastest lap that was significantly better than their best, but it didn't count, an invalid lap. So well done to Craig. Well done to everyone who took part in our awards, and well done to everyone who took part in the race for Season 1, Race 1. Thank you everyone for joining us. Next up is Spa-Francorchamps, so we're going to have a 20-minute race followed by a reverse grid race, so looking forward to seeing you there. Join us next time for plenty of action and clean racing at Sim Night Racing, and we will see you there.